Welcome back to the Charismatic Voice. Today we are returning to Type O negative, and specifically I'm going to watch Peter Steele perform live for the first time. Your most requested song on our last Type O negative video was Black Number 1. So we went in search of a good live version of that so I could see how Peter Steele interacts. And there were quite a few videos available of it. There is a music video that I'm really intrigued by and want to watch but haven't seen yet. But there was one version in particular from 2007 from the Rock on Ring Festival that had good audio quality. So that's the version that we're going to watch today. And in doing a little bit of research about this, my favorite little snippet that I found out is that Peter Steele wrote this while driving a trash truck. That's right. I wonder how the little beep, beep, beep played into it. Is it part of the song? I have no idea. We're going to find out. Let's get to it.
This is block number 1.
It's a cool riff.
She's in love with herself. She likes the dark. But on her one leg. But on her one leg.
Sorry about the blip there. It's baked in.
The devil's mark. Oh, it's all hollow deal. The moon is full. Oh, she trick or treat. Oh, wish she will.
What? Nice. I was going to stop and go back and talk about these initial vocals, and the moment I paused it, I heard this other sound. I was like, wait, what was that him? And lo and behold, it sounds like he's doing a crazy high fry scream there at the end. So I almost made the mistake of really truly pausing and interrupting that awful moment. But anyhow, let's go back to the very beginning. Let's talk about those vocals and let's talk about the awesome fry scream in there. First of all, I love the way that Peter Steele embraces this low voice. It's rare that we see like really male superstars with lower voices these days. The trend is all much higher, and I want us to bring back the low-voiced male superstar, okay? I think it's very attractive, very enticing, and oh yeah, I love that deep sound. And he like takes it even further. It's menacing, right? He's like Dracula, if Dracula were to sing with a metal band. It's amazing. I really love that. I love the way that he's even flipping his R's in here. That's something I noticed from before. He has this entire like vocal persona where if you think, what if Dracula spoke English, and how formal would his diction be? Anytime you get a flipped R, it often sounds a little bit heightened, a little bit more formal. And so it's really, really cool to hear in here as well. And I also love the way he does all of this sliding as a defined part of his style. It's interesting to me. Most of the time, we don't want to do tons of slides in voice. Like that's kind of your general rule. But he really has developed a style that slides into the sound a whole bunch. It brings up even more of this dark, deep weight. Now, the really crazy thing about what just happened when I stopped is that he hopped up high. I think it must have been at least 2 octaves higher and then screamed in it. And it didn't have too much weight. It wasn't like a damaging kind of scream. I think he's engaging for a fry scream up there. So that might have even been falsetto. We're going to go back and listen to it all again. Here-ish. I like the green lighting too. I don't like that it's synced.
She's in love with herself. She likes the dark. on me one neck. The devil's rock.
Man, he really, like, even the long hair, this like deep dark. I wonder. I looked at the lyrics ahead of time, and it cracked me up that they essentially seem to be making fun of gothic hair dye. And so I wonder, does he use black #1 on his hair? I mean, look at those beautiful roots, man. Like, is that just natural, or did you once upon a time also use black #1 for your hair dye? Anyhow, that's beside the point. The voice is great.
The devil's rock. Oh, it's all hollow deal. The moon is full. Oh, she trick or treat. I wish you will.
Whoa. That's so high to suddenly scream there. Yeah. Nosferatu. Nosferatu. That's a really good example of those world R's too there in the middle. I just want to mention the range that he's shown in the first minute and a half of this is enormous. He was singing a full octave below where he is now, and then that scream was at least an octave higher than where he is at this moment. It's crazy. Whoa. Also looks like he has fangs on even. Whew. He seems like such a big person, which I think is affecting the sound that he has a lot. I know that he's extremely tall. I'm looking at that mouth space as well, and I'm thinking to myself, man, his vocal tract must be really long. Probably not the kind of thing that you think of when you're like, wow, he's really tall. His vocal tract must be very long. But here's the deal. Long vocal tracts tend to make deeper sounds. That's just physics. That's like sound acoustics. And so basically, if like from where your larynx is to where your mouth exit hole, your singing hole exits, if that is a very long distance, and by long we mean like, is it 14 centimeters or is it like 20 centimeters? Like, it's not really like, we're talking about centimeters in length and how big that is in a vocal tract. But the longer the vocal tract, generally the deeper the sound. And you can tell in his anatomy that he's got a very big mouth, very tall guy. I have to think, wow, okay, if I were to measure his vocal tract, I think we'd get a pretty high number.
Yeah, you wanna go out, what's red and red? You can't go out, what's your boots are shut, you die black. Who die black? Run, whoa.
I don't know the other guys in the band, but clearly they're singing along at this point too. And I think they're doing a pretty good job. This cracks me up because singing with hair in my face is like one of the things that I just hate the most. You know, if I'm going to go into a recording booth, you can guarantee if I'm going to be spending very much time in there, that hair is pulled back in a ponytail. It is not curled. It is not beautiful. It is like get out of my face while I sing, because I hate inhaling hair when I sing. But Peter Steele does not seem to care about that. I feel like he's the typical emo kind of character here, right? That it's like so intensely broody that hair in the face does not matter. Or maybe it even adds to the look. Maybe it adds to the mystique. I'm not sure. But a lot of times I think it's a good idea when you're recording in a booth, grab a ponytail tie. I like the way they keep repeating black, 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 black. And it's interesting, they're not really hitting the K's together. So they're purposely stopping the consonant. So if they went black, they would have to be coordinating the exact timing of that K very carefully, because that's, if you ever sing in a choir and you've tried to meet that ending consonant all together, you know, if you have a conductor going boop when you're supposed to hit the consonant, that's a lot easier to put together. But if you're a bunch of different band members and you have microphones and you're looking out towards an audience and you don't have an audience member that's going like, hey, here's the K right here, that's going to be a little harder to coordinate. So I like the way that they're mostly stopping it. You don't hear a ton of extra Ks at the end. Let's go back.
Deutschland!
Okay, his voice has so much depth and color to it here. And it's interesting to me, I don't hear the same pitch specificity in this as I heard in the music video that I watched before, Love You to Death. So I hear this and I go, okay, we might have had more post helping with that pitch a little bit. That doesn't personally bother me though in a record. Like it's just expected in most records today that you have a little bit of pitch correction. There are some artists that very much swear not to do that, and that's totally fine as well. But I think I go back and I say there probably was some pitch adjustment in the original records that were given, or maybe we just did a bunch of comping and we waited until the perfect moment when you had all of those pitches really lined up. It's almost like a part of the whole shtick that he's got going on as well. This like idea of Dracula, vampire, it's often very spoken. And so you hear moments where the pitch isn't like lined up like this. It does like essentially a little bit of wavering. And it sounds like a dramatic speech at times. This might have been something he particularly was going for, but I'm also kind of curious, as a producer on the other side of that veil, I would guess that they would end up shifting that. That might be part of the delight as well of a live performance with him, is seeing, okay, well, how does he want to work with this pitch in here? Does he want to make it feel more spoken in this performance, or does he want to have it a little more right in the pocket on this one? Both are totally valid options. I just wanted to point out that he does have wavering here, and it adds like a different kind of effect. I feel a little bit more like Dracula already at this point. Oh, let's go back just a little bit. Okay, before we, I just want to shout out again to the coordination. A lot of these guys are playing and singing at the same time, and I really appreciate that they're just keeping it all together. This transition is cool. That feels very Halloween, very creepy. Ooh, very harmonically interesting too. These sounds are awesome. I like the way that they're shifting into different like sort of zones here. Man, this is, it almost sounded like a music box. I wonder if it was like a Celeste or something that the keyboard was switching to. That was a very, very cool sound. Again, it feels almost like Seventh Guest, the video game, if you ever played that. I love that creepiness. And then the way that we shifted and we have like a lot more filling out with the drums at this point as well. And then just this like major distortion. It's fantastic. Let's go back a little bit. I want to hear that in there as well. This is, and the harmony here. Oh, it's so chromatic and so creepy. This riff is awesome. Ooh, nice pitch bends. Ooh. Love the vampire fangs there. I think that the keyboard at this point even switched to a little bit of harpsichord. I thought I heard that in there, which if you've ever seen Interview with a Vampire, I believe that one of the vampires at one point is playing a harpsichord, and that harpsichords go together with our idea of vampires often, because again, it's that sort of like classical, ancient, like Victorian instrument almost. So very, very interesting choice and appropriate, I think. I just really love the timbre of his voice. That's the thing. It's so unique and just so dark. He just really, truly embraced having a unique voice, and I love that. Yeah. It's even ornamenting like it was Bach.
Was like fucking on you. Loving you was like loving the dead. Loving you was like loving the dead. Loving you was like loving the dead. Like loving the dead. Loving you, loving you, loving you, loving you, loving you, loving you. Like loving the dead. Like loving the dead. Like loving the dead.
I don't know what the green symbolizes. I'd really love for live chat right now or in comments to sound off about what that is. I'm seeing just essentially lots of green accents, green guitar, green on the neck. There's just a lot of green, like this vibrant lime green. So can you guys tell me what that symbolizes? The best I have is like Slimer, like from Ghostbusters, or Flubber, or anyhow. I don't have any idea why that green is there, and I want to know. Please tell me. Ooh, that's the riff I really like from the beginning. And it's a really nice tempo too. Like creeping up on you a little bit. That was a nice scream. I have to say I'm a little disappointed. The audio quality on this is much more clear, so I'm able to hear his voice better. But I just wanted to apologize for the glitches in it. I don't watch these all through thoroughly before choosing to do one or the other. And I'd heard a little tiny bit where I was like, oh, okay, the audio quality is going to be good enough to hear his voice. And I was given like a few different ones to choose from. I feel like maybe I chose the wrong one. This is possible. That's been 4 times now that it's glitched, and that's annoying for all of us. So let me know if there is a better one to do in the future. And also, I think I might go watch the music video right after this. I'm really aching to see what they did with that. Oh, I want to catch that scream again. Good. I love the way he held that note out for a really long time. It was like, it wasn't even one of the, like, it was a very dissonant note within that whole framework of harmony at that point too. I like the way he just leaned on it and kept it going. The song is so long. Oh, what a funny transition to the next song there. I love the way he really drew a note out again and had that pitch bend on it. And you have, of course, just these crashes at the end as like things are slowing down. And he's like, no, we're going to linger on this. We're going to feel that discomfort and we're going to enjoy that discomfort. It's like almost diabolical. I think the thing that I love most about Peter Steele is the way that he embodies this idea of a vampire in every single possible way. Right? Does he have long black hair? Yes. Is it probably dyed with black #1 dye? Yes. Is he singing with fangs? Yes, right? But the voice, the depth and the quality of it, it's just amazing. And so many people come to me and they say, oh, I want to sound like so-and-so. Oh, I want to sound like Mariah Carey. I want to sound like Billie Eilish. And these are great artists, but I value hearing someone who has a very unique sound that then takes that sound and says, okay, we're going to build an entire image around this. We're going to, instead of trying to become somebody else, I'm going to take what's mine and make the biggest and the best that it can be. And it's so amazing when it evolves into this kind of person. And on stage, he looks very intense. He's very much in that personality. It never drops. I feel like it is just him. It's pretty amazing. Thank you to all of you who recommended this song, Black Number One. I definitely feel like it's a good song to rock out to, and it's also one that I really want to go watch the music video of now. So I plan to do that. I hope you do too. We'll provide links to both this performance and the music video in the description of this video. And additionally, if you want to keep making recommendations, please do that in the comments of our YouTube videos. That is the easiest place to see them. Or you could come to our Patreon. We have regular submissions from our patrons as well. Now, if you want to chat with me sometime, which, would be really fun because I love getting to know all of our subscribers. So come and say hello. I'm here every single Monday, Tuesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. Arizona time. And you can also find me at thecharismaticvoice.com if you want to learn about things like singing or music in general. I hope to see you somewhere soon.